Look at that horizon in Foxborough. Can you feel it? The air isn't just cold, it is brutal. A jagged, icy wind whipping off the Atlantic and slicing through the concrete of Gillette Stadium like a razor. We are talking about the soul of the Northeast, a place where the standard isn't just excellence, it is perfection. 6 banners hang in those rafters, 6 monuments to a systematic, cold-blooded pursuit of the mountaintop that redefined the sport of football. For 20 years, the Patriot Way was the law of the land, a grueling, relentless machine that turned do your job into a religion. And right now, as the snow begins to dust the practice fields and the lights of the lighthouse flicker in the gloom, we are witnessing the rebirth of that discipline. The dynasty didn't die, it went into a winter sleep, and under the steely gaze of Mike Vrabel, the beast is waking up. Before we break down these massive updates and the injury report that has the Patriots kingdom on edge, make sure you're part of the Patriots Nation inner circle. Subscribe to the channel right now, smash that like button until it breaks, and drop your take in the comments. Does the Pats kingdom believe in this Mike Vrabel, Drake Maye era? Can this defense hold the line against the MVP favorite? I want to see those flying Elvis logos flooding the comments. Show your colors, and let's get into the huddle. We are standing at the threshold of Week 16, and the stakes could not be higher. A prime-time Sunday night football showdown at M&T Bank Stadium against the Baltimore Ravens. But as the Patriots prepare to enter that Coliseum, the infirmary is getting crowded, and it's a terrifying sight for anyone who values situational football mastery. We are looking at a defensive unit that is essentially the heart of this 14-3 turnaround, yet count them, 4 starters remain sidelined for the second straight day of practice. We are talking about the secondary's anchors, Carlton Davis III and the electric Marcus Jones, both out with hip and knee issues. We are talking about the pass rush engine, Harold Landry III, and the man who literally leads this team in tackles, Captain Robert Spillane. This isn't just a list of names, this is a statistical crisis. Spillane is the Mike linebacker, the brain of the defense with 97 total tackles, 2 interceptions, and a nose for the football that reminds every old-timer of Teddy Bruschi. He's been seen in a walking boot, folks, a walking boot. If he can't go, the Patriot way of next man up becomes a life-or-death reality. We're looking at Jelani Tavai and Christian Ellis, who, thank heaven, just returned from an illness to fill a void that is 97 tackles wide. The Kraft family legacy was built on the idea that the system is greater than the individual, but when you're facing Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry, and Zay Flowers, you need your playmakers. One league source told me yesterday, the culture in Foxborough is shifting back to that us-against-the-world mentality. They know they're underdogs without Spillane and Landry, and honestly, that's exactly where Vrabel wants them. Tactically, this is a nightmare for defensive coordinator Terrell Williams. How do you run the disguised A-gap blitzes that have defined this season when your primary blitzer, Spillane, is on ice? How do you maintain the evolution of the big nickel defense without Marcus Jones's versatility in the slot? Jones isn't just a corner, he's a weapon. He leads the team with 3 interceptions, and if he's out, the punt return duties fall to Demario Pop Douglas, which adds more weight to an offense that already has its hands full. On the edge, Harold Landry's 8.5 sacks are the reason the Patriots have a top 5 scoring defense. Without him, you're looking at K'Lavon Chaisson and Elijah Ponder trying to contain the most dangerous dual-threat quarterback in the history of the league. One veteran scout told me yesterday, Vrabel is going to have to reach deep into the Earnhardt-Perkins bag of tricks. They might have to play a contain and pray style because they simply don't have the speed to chase Lamar if Landry and Jones are out. Let's talk about the biographical pillar of this new era, Drake Maye. If you want to talk about high-ceiling physical tools, look no further than number 10. Maye is a specimen, 6'4", 225 pounds of pure North Carolina grit. In 2025, he has evolved into a frontrunner for the MVP, leading the league in completion rate at a staggering 72% while throwing for over 4,300 yards. But it's not just the arm,
It's the pre-snap mastery. When you watch Maye stand at the line of scrimmage, pointing out the mic, adjusting the protection, you aren't seeing a second-year player. You are seeing the ghost of Tom Brady. He has that same ice water in his veins composure. He's been sacked 47 times this year, fourth most in the league, and he just keeps getting up. He has 10 touchdown passes outside the pocket, the most in the NFL. He is the point guard of Josh McDaniels' offense, and if the defense is short-handed, the weight of this game falls squarely on his broad shoulders. He has to win the battle of possession. He has to be the reason the Ravens' offense stays on the sideline. Inside the building, the message is clear. Do your job. But which job are we talking about when the depth chart is being shredded? The Patriots just signed Chad Muma off the Colts practice squad and elevated Amari Gaynor. These are mercenary moves, the kind of situational football adjustments that define the dynasty years. A veteran analyst told me this morning, Vrabel isn't panicking because he played in this system. He knows that a seventh-round rookie like Kobe Minor or a practice squad guy like Brandon Crosley can win you a game if they follow the scheme to the letter. That is the standard of excellence we're talking about. It's the Ty Law mentality, the idea that it doesn't matter who is across from you. If you play the leverage right, you win the rep. But let's be brutally honest, Baltimore is a buzzsaw. Derrick Henry is averaging over 5 yards a carry. If Christian Barmyer, who is luckily a full participant, can't anchor that middle without Spillane behind him to clean up the trash, King Henry is going to have a field day in the secondary. The Patriots allowed 28 second-half points to the Bills last week without Spillane. That is an unacceptable trend. If Carlton Davis III can't play through that hip injury, the coverage responsibility falls to Christian Gonzalez. Gonzalez is a star, a fluid coverage artist who reminds me of Ty Law in his prime, but he can't cover everyone. He needs Marcus Jones or Carlton Davis to take away the other side of the field so he can eliminate the number one target. This is the Foxborough standard. This is the we are all Patriots moment where the depth of the roster is tested in the furnace of a prime-time game. We are 14-3. We have the AFC East crown in our sights, and we have a generational quarterback under center. But championships are won on the backs of the unheralded guys, the Miles Battles, the Elijah Ponders of the world. Jerry Jones might talk about blowing the budget, but in New England, we talk about blowing the whistle and getting to work. The lights will be bright in Baltimore. The Ravens will be hungry. The injury report is a wall of did not participate. But as long as that flying Elvis is on the helmet and Mike Vrabel is on the headset, you better believe the New England Patriots are coming to fight. It's about discipline. It's about details. It's about the 6th banner and the hunger for the 7th. How about them Pats? Let's go to M&T Bank Stadium and show them that the Patriot way isn't a history lesson. It's a current event.